We have got a couple of breaks on tap for tonight. An autograph multi-sport jersey and then a half case of Donruss baseball, which just came out yesterday. We are probably going to have a team or two available in Donruss baseball the way it's looking right now. Of course, after we break the multi-sport jersey, I will update. I'll pull it up and see where things stand and update it at that point. But I know there's at least one or two teams sitting out there that are, one in particular I think is from a zero feedback bidder, and you know the deal on those. When they don't pay ahead of time, they almost never pay. And I think we might even have another team or two sitting there unpaid. So we'll double back on that after we go over our pre-break info. So let's get rolling with that first, and then we'll check. We'll do our multi-sport jersey, and then we'll check and see what's still sitting unpaid for Donruss baseball at that point in time. All right, guys, so feedback 100% automated on eBay. Anytime you leave positive feedback for me, you are going to instantly get positive feedback in return. And of course, the second most important message there is to say thank you. I do appreciate everyone who bids and breaks and chats and hangs out with me. We started early tonight, so I know, right? Hard to remember, me too. Breaks coming up. This is the stuff that is already listed on eBay that we're going to be breaking over the course of the next few days. Tomorrow night is Onyx Preferred Players Autograph Baseballs, another 3-box inner case of that. Encased Football comes out tomorrow, and I got to tell you what, getting a hold of one of those cases is about like striking gold. They are in short supply this year. But we will be breaking an 8-box case of that tomorrow night for release night, and another 12-box case of Select Basketball tomorrow night as well. Saturday will be a Gold Rush autograph basketball jersey and a half case of Topps Heritage Baseball, which will be the start of a new case. On Sunday, a Leaf autograph full-size football helmet, which I believe is the last one I have. A case of Leaf Best of Basketball, which as it stands right now is the last one of those, unless I can find us some more somewhere. A 20-box master case of Contenders Optic Football, so that's a pair of 10-box inners. On Monday night, we'll open a second case of Encased, and we'll open the rest of this Donruss baseball. We're opening, obviously, half the case tonight on Thursday night. We'll open the back half, what's remaining from this case, on Monday night. Tuesday should be the release of Leaf Valiant Baseball. If you're not familiar with Leaf Valiant, they have some graded cards in there. Actually, it's one per box. So you get some autograph cards like normal, and then you get one graded card that's guaranteed to be 9.5 or higher. And sometimes we pull some Black Label 10s out of there. So it's always fun to open Valiant from Leaf. And then we'll open Select Basketball case number 3 on Tuesday night as well. Now, getting back to tonight, Leaf Autograph Multi-Sport Jersey is going to be up first, and Donruss Baseball will break second. So a couple of things you need to know in regard to the Leaf Multi-Sport Jersey break. That is a free shipping item. Free shipping stuff is always projected to go out no later than a week after the auction ends. A lot of times it goes sooner. Sometimes it goes a lot sooner. But that just means no later than Thursday the 14th, a week from today. Also, if you happen to be in that Leaf Multi-Sport Jersey break and you are not the name that is pulled, then you are entitled to a used consolation trading card. I keep track of it for rolling 90 days because that is a free shipping break. Typically what happens is I just save them up, and then the next time you have a package that goes out, I send them all at once. If you want it sent sooner, all you need to do is drop me a line and let me know. I will gladly take care of that for you. Our paid shipping break tonight, which is Donruss Baseball. Guys, I'm projecting that out for Monday, and I would like to get it out to you sooner, and I will try very hard to get it out to you sooner, but I do have some family commitments and things that have to be attended to this week that can't be delayed. So I want to say Monday to be safe and just we'll all be happily surprised if I can get it out sooner than that. You don't need to worry about consolation cards in Donruss. There's tons of cards, and everybody's going to pull some. I believe all of our jersey spots are paid. Let me double check that. So I don't think we've got anything available in the jersey break. Once again, we may have things available in the Donruss break. We're going to see how that rolls. There might be, I think, at least one team in there is looking like it, the Red Sox, the last time I looked, a little sketchy. That one may not get paid. We may have it available, but we'll know here in a minute. So first up, 2019 Leaf Autograph Multisport Jersey. This is break number 5. It ended tonight on eBay, of course, Thursday night, the 7th of March, same night we're breaking it. And this is spots were sold by the first letter of the last name. So if we pulled Hank Aaron, it would go to the A's. If we pulled Tom Brady, it would go to the B's, and so on and so forth. And of course, there's a couple of extra things in here. There's a possibility of a 1969 Jets multi-signed jersey. If we pull that, it's got its own bidding spot. There's also the possibility of a 1980 USA Hockey multi-sport, or multi-signed rather, and if we pull that, of course, it had its own bidding spot as well. And we will put a spreadsheet, a new one up, when we start Donruss Baseball. For those of you involved in that break, you'll see your name up there shortly. And finally, the last little piece of the puzzle here, background went out of focus a little bit. Don't worry, kids, that's on purpose. I like to look at things up close and personal, so I set the focus myself, and that's why it looks a little fuzzy for you. All right, so Chris is here, and El Sands is here, and I believe your stuff is paid. Yes, I will double check it for you when I go back in there and look. I think I've only got a couple of teams maybe sitting there, and there's one in particular that I'm concerned about that's a 0 feedback bidder, didn't respond to email. The usual, that's probably going to have to be resold, but we'll figure out after that. And what in the world? Hang on, Chris. I'm going to read that rest of that chat in a minute because that looked really interesting. Looked really interesting. All right, so Gale Sayers is our jersey here. So it's a football jersey, obviously, but it's going to go to bidding position S because obviously his last name begins with an S. And there's your autograph on there. There is a Leaf autographed, or your Leaf... why can't I say the word? Authentication sticker on the jersey itself. And then here's your Leaf, like credit card size COA there on the back side. So this goes to last name starting S for the Gale Sayers autographed jersey. So if you got the S's in the jersey, woohoo, you're in business. So Chris says the last breaker that he had passed out on meth on camera in the middle of the break and fell asleep for 3 hours live. Oh my God. Oh my God. Chris, that is awful, man. Where'd you find this guy? Lord, I hope he wasn't an eBay guy. Of course, I don't know why it would be better or worse if he was eBay versus not. It's just, wow, that is some seriously messed up stuff right there, isn't it? Gosh, kids, that's not fun. All right, let me see where we are in terms of possible available teams here in Donruss Baseball. And hi, Jordan. And, okay, so we have got the Boston Red Sox sitting here unpaid with a 0 feedback bidder who did not respond to emails, so I think we all know what that means. It sold, that spot sold for $40 on eBay. Obviously, it's sitting unpaid, so if somebody is interested in it and wants to pick up the Boston Red Sox in this upcoming break here for Donruss Baseball, half case, please jump into chat and let me know. Meanwhile, before I put our spreadsheet back up, let me do a little work there on that spot and get that taken care of so that we all know what's going on with it. I'll strip out the bidder name of that person who did not pay, and we'll get everything else here ready to go. Yeah, I know, it takes me a minute. I'm slow, aren't I? I'm just bad at multitasking. Actually, I'm just really tired. I'm really tired. I had to get up super early this morning to take my mom to that eye surgery, and I don't think I'm quite recovered yet. All right, so you probably saw this a minute ago, right? Most of you were tuned in probably when we started and put this up there, but if you did not see it, please take a minute, read the info that you see there in regard to anticipated shipping dates, and then, of course, consolation card info. You hit me up if you have any questions about that. So this is going to be an 8-box break. Now, believe it or not, they shoved 16 boxes of this into a case of Donruss Baseball. Crazy, right? So many cards. And, of course, team names are on the left, winning bidders on the right. We're sitting with the Boston Red Sox unpaid and available. And so, once again, if someone would like to pick that up in chat, please jump in there and let me know your intentions. I would like for it to find a home rather than to sit unpaid, if we can get that worked out. Now let me check chat here and see where we are. Oh, Chris, he was on eBay. Gosh, you said he probably hit a $10,000 card and faked it. That's hilarious. All right, Losange, you want the Red Sox? You got it, buddy. Let me, I tell you what, let me plug you into the spreadsheet. We'll put that back up here in a second, reflecting you. And yeah, what you said, something funky is going on with, is it an eBay thing in general? Are the rest of you guys having trouble paying invoices if they have a lot of items in it? He had some trouble tonight. And I guess you said started yesterday, I think is what your message said, with eBay not letting him check out if he has more than like 4 or 5 items in his cart, which is kind of messed up, isn't it? All right, so there you go. You see that has been updated to show that you have got the second chance there for the Boston Red Sox. Now, guys, bear with me for a minute, please. I've got to do a little invoicing here because he would like for me to invoice him. Sometimes you guys log in and send it to me. Sometimes I log in and send it to you. And tonight it looks like I'm logging in to send to him. So bear with me, please. I'll be back with you in a jiffy. Well, I'm actually not going anywhere. I've just got to get this done. So, you know, like that. That's all. All right, let's get this done. And that is done. All right. I know I should have all these logins memorized by now, shouldn't I? But yes, I'm the worst. I'm the worst at remembering all my logins. Yet they tell us we can't use the same one every time, right? That's the bad part of it. I'm just getting, Luis, I'm just getting your email here from eBay, so bear with me. I'm opening it up to get that, and that is the email I'm going to be sending this invoice to, so hopefully that is your correct email, the same one that you use for PayPal, I hope. We hope, and why is that acting so stupidly? I don't know. All right, we need to do this. And this. No, that did not work. Okay, that did not work at all. I know, you all are being so patient. You're just like looking at nothing there. You know what? You want me to give you something to look at? I'll give you something. I'll give you something. You can look at that for a minute while I'm finishing up on this. At least it's something besides just the stupid, you know, blank screen, right? And it still did not give me an email. What is going on here with this? I need that. Copy to the clipboard. What is the deal? I know, I talk to myself while I'm doing this. I know I do. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, guys. Like, oh, why will it not copy the link? It keeps saying it's copied to the clipboard, and then it won't copy the link. Oh, my God. Luis, I may have to do this. I may have to do this later, because I don't know what the freaking deal is that this will not allow me to do a copy and paste. This is really weird. But it says it's pasted, and then it's not. I'll try one more time here. See if it works this time. There we go. Okay, now we got it. All right, so this is the Red Sox in Donruss, half case number 1. There we go. All right, my friend, that should be waiting for you in your Gmail account. Okay, so we should be good to go there. Let me know if you don't have it, if you have any problems. Now we are back at it, back live. Oh, Jim, you were going to pick up the Red Sox, man. Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. But as it turns out, Sands there jumped in just ahead of you and grabbed them. All right, guys. So the way we do this is we take all the boxes out and number them on the end, and then use random.org to make the determinations as to which one we open tonight and which ones we open in the back half of the case. And I do that just to keep it all nice and easy to follow, so everybody knows what's what. There's not technically, strictly speaking, a case hit in here, but most of the time when I do partial cases, this is usually the way we do it, just to keep it consistent. So I know there's a lot, so it takes me a minute to get it all out. We'll get it all numbered and whatever, but still, it's better than not having a system, right? That's what I tell myself. I tell myself it's better than not having a system. All right. My numbering is terrible. Ignore the fact that I look like a, it looks like a 5-year-old handwriting on there. They don't give you a lot of space on the little end of this box. All right, we are all nice and numbered up, 1 through 16. Let's roll over here to random.org. This is pretty simple. I'm going to type in 1 through 16. I will hit random one single time. We'll take the first 8 numbers and open the corresponding 8 boxes. Okay, 1 through 16 is in there. I started to say good luck. We don't really need good luck with that necessarily. It gives us 5, 15, 12, 3, 8, 13, 14, and 6. All right, so 3, 5, 6, 8. I can start with that. 3, 5, 6, 8 I can remember. All right, so there's 3, 5, 6, and 8. Now let me go back and look at the others. The others are 5, 6, 8, 12, 13, 14, 15. Huh, 12, 13, 14, 15. All right, 12, 13, 14, 15. That should be easy enough to do, right? Come out of there, please, box 11. Okay, there we go. There's our 8 boxes all handily ready to go. Let me put the other 8 back in their case, and then we're ready to rock. All right. Did you say, Chris, you're asking about if I have a Twitter handle. You know what? I mean, I do, but here's the thing. I never use it. I think I've tweeted twice ever. I think I've got it under Leader Breaks. At Leader Breaks, I think is how I have it. Because, my YouTube name, my breaking name, my official name is Leader of the Pack Breaks. So I think you could probably find it under Leader of the Pack Breaks or at Leader Breaks, but I really never use it. Jordan, yes, we did have the spreadsheet up before. Of course, we did that jersey break. Yes, we showed who had what for the jerseys right before we did that break. And it was the S that came out of there, for anybody who missed it. It's a Gale Sayers jersey, so whoever has the letter S got that one tonight. Good little Hall of Fame there. Oh, Chris, you were asking Lasanz for his Twitter handle. I'm sorry, man. I got confused there, maybe. Sorry about that. I see that he answered you, and I was like, maybe not paying attention. Jordan, we've already done the jersey. We did that first up tonight. The jersey was first, and then, of course, Donruss Baseball is second. So, as I said, the jersey came out already as S for Gale Sayers. And, of course, you'll be able to go back and see it on the replay if you missed it live, which will be available after the break tonight. Shortly thereafter, typically, you'll find 2 ways to watch it. One is the YouTube archived version of the break, which is the same as the one I upload. The video content is the exact same, obviously. The only difference is I add the tags and titles when I upload to make it easier to find if you're searching for it that way. But otherwise, they're the exact same. And sometimes the YouTube archive version will be available shortly before the uploaded one. But at any rate, one or the other of those you'd be able to see fairly shortly afterwards. Thank you for taking care of the Red Sox. I appreciate you. We already got you plugged in on the spreadsheet for that, so we're good to go there. Now, we are looking for, in Donruss Baseball, 3 autographs or memorabilia cards. Yeah, that's right. They snuck in the "or" on us again, which, so, you know, we could find 3 autographs, we could find 3 memorabilia, or any combination thereof, and that's going to be the case in every box. There are an inordinate number of parallels in Donruss. I'm sure most of you know that, but there's, let me think about this. There's season stats and career stats. Those are going to be numbered, well, they're going to be to 500 or less. We will have hollow backs, as in like hologram backs. I think those are like 99 or fewer. We've got Father's Day to 49. We've got Mother's Day, which are 25 or fewer. There's artist proofs. There's nickname variations. There are photo variations. I mean, there's rated rookies, Independence Day, you name it, it's in here. But the part that is important, of course, we'll stop on the stuff that is lower numbered, and we'll stop on the stuff that obviously is our hits. This is an example of the hollow back. So it's like a hollow foil back is technically what that means. And as we discussed there, it is numbered to 99. Our signature series cards, of course, we're going to find those in here. We should find, well, I shouldn't say we should find. We might find a whammy card. Those are a little bit harder to come by, but usually pretty fun when you do find them. And what else? There's Elite Series. I mean, there's just so much stuff in here. Dominator, you know the drill, guys. Donruss, there are actually more parallels and inserts in Donruss than there are base cards, I think. This relic happens to be numbered to 99, and it is Francisco Morales for the Phillies. The Phillies who picked up Bryce Harper, so that's who they're all happy about at the moment. Oh yeah, I forgot about our Diamond Kings inserts. That one's Acuna. How could I forget our Diamond Kings inserts? So yeah, and you can also see the cards go 100 different directions in every pack. Now, because we would be constantly flipping the stack of cards, which I prefer to handle them the least amount possible, I think that's our best bet at keeping them in nice shape, I generally will just leave them upside down unless, again, it's a hit, a low-numbered thing, something we really want to look at. However, if that is troubling to someone, then all you need to do is say, hey, I want to see every card, you know, right side up, and we'll flip it around a whole bunch, all right? Here's our first autograph, and wow, isn't that a nice way to start off? That is Roger Clemens to 49, and look who it is, no less, for the Red Sox. So see, the mojo, the breaking mojo is taking care of you for picking up that unpaid team by giving you our first autograph hit that we've seen, and it's Roger Clemens to 49. So I kind of like that. I think that's pretty good. Chris, you've been seeing 1 autograph and 2 jerseys per box. Lasange, you said you saw another breaks 3 memorabilia and 1 auto per box. And Chris, you're wanting to know if you get all the cards or only the hits. You are getting everything because you know what, as I said, 90% of the cards in Donruss are either inserts or parallels, you know, so it would be silly. If I held out the base, you'd probably be talking about 10% of the cards, 90% is this other stuff. So yeah, I just load them all up and ship them all. It's like 1,600 cards, so you can have a lot, whatever team you have. So speaking of, here is a whammy right off the bat, and that is little Javi Baez. So coming out unexpectedly early is our whammy, which they say every year, you know, they say, oh, it's so rare, it's so rare. And I mean, it is, but realistically, we find them about 1 per case. It's not guaranteed to be 1 per case, but in past years anyway, this is my first case this year, but in past years, certainly we have found whammy at about 1 per case. And see, there's an example of one that's a nickname variation. Obviously, that's Juan Soto, Juanjo, his nickname on there. So that kind of thing. All right. Oh, Gio's here. Hi, Gio. I'm not used to seeing you in the cards. I usually see you in the memorabilia side of things. So, how's it going for you tonight? Max Scherzer, and that is just a highlights insert, I guess. It's not numbered. It looks like it should be. Oh, it is. Really high numbered to 999. So, yeah, that's extremely high numbered, but still, right? Nice, cool looking little card and everything. We still like it. Like what we find. That is also going to be numbered, probably high numbered, but numbered nonetheless. Francisco Lindor, it is to 349. This is my first look at 2019 Donruss 2, so I'm rubbernecking a little bit myself right now. I freely admit it. So the pace will pick up a little bit after I get a chance to, you know, kind of check it out myself. I go a little slower on the first box or two usually because, yeah, well, I'm rubbernecking. I admit it freely. I like it too. The only thing I really wish that they would do differently, well, there's two things I wish they would do differently. One is not put it with so many boxes per case, right? I mean, could we maybe have like 12 like normal instead of 16, and we could break it by the full case? So that's my first thing. And my second thing is, oh my gosh, put more cards per pack and fewer packs per box. Because it is just absolutely crazy. We spend half our time opening packs instead of looking at cards. You asked me, oh, did I get Triple Play Baseball? There is a new one out there, Gio, and I meant to actually get it ordered this week. I am aware that there's a new series of it out there. And I've had it's just been one of those weeks. And then my mom's had that cataract surgery we had to go to today that took a big chunk of the day. And then we've got a follow-up for that tomorrow. And it's just been, I don't know, my uncle's been in the hospital. It's just been one of those kind of weeks. So I did not get it ordered yet, but we will open that for sure. You know I like my Triple Play Baseball. That is a hollow foil Jacob deGrom, and it is numbered to 91. So for the Mets, of course. The New York Mets with a little numbered card anyway. This is numbered as well. It is to 99. And that is a nice little hollow foil back. That's a good hit. Wow, that's Julio Urias. I just saw the Urias. There for a minute I thought we were looking at the Padres, but it's still nice. It's still good. It's always good to have a hit regardless, right there, guys? That is numbered to 467 for AJ Pollock. So basically, if stuff is not numbered to something like 99 or less, I may not stop and read out the number on every one. Again, just in the interest of keeping things moving along. That's another Lindor insert. Aw, Shohei. Mookie Betts. And, ooh, I see a little gold. A little pretty gold. Although I don't think it's the kind of pretty gold that's going to be numbered to 10. It is numbered to 99 with Gleyber Torres, Elite Series for the Yankees. The Elite Series cards look particularly good this year, I think. Gio, you out of here? All right, my friend. I will catch you around the next time then. That's numbered for Corey Kluber. Have we found... No, we haven't found our third hit out of this box yet. We're one relic and one autograph, right? Yeah, so we should have one or the other sitting in this little pile over here awaiting discovery. Where are you? Extra hit. Laureano, rated rookie for the A's. Looks like it's going to be Trevor Story and the Colorado Rockies. I need to get some thick card sleeves out for that. You know, there is a possibility, too, that we could pull a buyback card in here. They're kind of rare when they don't come out super often, but they do exist. Like the Mythical Unicorn, they do exist. That is numbered to 99, Colorado Rockies and Trevor Story. So that's pretty much right on what Chris said he's been seeing come out. 1 autograph and 2 relics. What he said he saw earlier today. So, and basically, Lisanne, you said the same thing. You said you were seeing 1 autograph per box come out. So I think that's probably, for the most part, what we can expect. I imagine we'll probably know after another couple of boxes if that looks like a pretty solid pattern, but I'm going to guess that it is. Chris, you saw, oh, you already saw some buyback. Randy Johnson, 1 of 4. Wow, very nice. The buybacks typically don't fall all that often. Now, maybe, guys, maybe we're going to get lucky this year and they'll come, you know, fall a little easier. Or, you know, you may have just gotten lucky and been in the right break to catch that one, Chris. Of course, I'm still amazed. I'm still amazed about, did you guys, I'm going back to your break where your guy was doing drugs or whatever and fell asleep in the middle of the break. So the camera ran live for over 3 hours in the break while the guy slept. Is that correct? And then what happened when he woke up? Did he just like wake up and start breaking again? Or what did he do? I'm so curious as to what happened with that. That's such an unusual scenario. I'm really quite interested in knowing more about that because that is kind of crazy. That's just amazing. Oh, you saw it yesterday on Twitch. Okay, I'm assuming you're talking about the Randy Johnson there. Yeah, I didn't break it yesterday, obviously, just because it came out at the same time as Select Basketball. Normally, I would have done both, but I had to get up so early this morning to get my mom to that surgery. I just thought, you know, it's probably would run me late, and it's more than I can reasonably do there at once. So now why was this facing backwards? See, I thought that was going to be a hit. I got it in the sleeve and everything, thinking it was going to be a hit. And it's probably some variation, maybe, perhaps, but not anything that we really needed to stop on, as it turns out. But who knew? Here comes my man, Joey Votto, for my Cincinnati Reds. First hit out of box 2 is a relic here for Cincy, which looks amazingly just like the relic for Trevor Story that we saw a minute ago. Both just gray. Just gray. Oh, you guys sent eBay a copy of the video and you all got your money back. And you said he stumbled to the camera, drooling, shut it off. Oh my goodness. And said, F this S. I try to not say those just because it's, you never know if kids are watching. You know, I try to keep it as a family sort of thing when I speak out loud. But yeah, that is insane, man. I cannot even imagine that. Mike Messina, that is numbered to 10. How about that for Baltimore Orioles? So while we were talking about buybacks and I'm saying, hey, we usually don't pull a whole lot of buybacks. Well, yeah, how about that? You like that one, all right, eh? So maybe they are going to be coming out a little more readily. All right, this looks like Mother's Day, which should be to 25. Let's see, is it? It is. It is a little Eric Hosmer to 25. Mother's Day. What did you ask me? You said you got the base. Are you asking, are we shipping base, Lisanne? Is that what you're asking me? Are you asking me something else entirely different? And Greg, you have, oh, Greg Edwards is here. Hi, Greg. I don't know if I said hi to you when you came into chat. You said you have the Randy Johnson or a Randy Johnson up on eBay already. There's 4 of them, of course. That one's to $217 for Chris Sale. And yeah, that's crazy how that works sometimes. Chris is saying it's so weird. They're out of 4, 2 of them pulled like on the day of release, but honestly, there's so much breaking on any given product on the release day these days. I'm kind of not that surprised. Just massive quantities of everything breaks as soon as it's released in this day and age. That makes me sound old, doesn't it? Well, Adrian Beltre to $328. I'll admit it. I remember when packs had sticks of gum in them. I used to buy them with sticks of gum in them. I remember. I know, I'm old, I know. You said something has a weird imprint. What are you talking about? On the front has a weird top right corner imprint. Oh, so maybe you're saying that this wasn't a buyback. Oh, I thought it looked like it was, but I guess it's not then because it doesn't say Recollection Collection on it. So that's just, must be a, I guess that, I mean, that is a 1995 Donruss card. I mean, it says that it is. So I don't know, but I guess it's different. But anyway, it's to 10. It's the Orioles. It's cool. It is not a Recollection Collection, though. So we're going to just go with, I don't know, some other type of buyback card that's autographed to 10. So either way, I like it. And here's AJ Puck for the Oakland A's with a relic, which I believe is our final hit out of this box because we had the Votto, the Puck, and then the Messina, I believe. I think so. Yeah, so you said it's on the top right is where they put the Recollection Collection stuff. Yeah, I don't know. Sometimes I don't catch that stuff when I'm doing the live break. Obviously, I'll see the autograph or whatever, but I may not catch the little minor details, and then I notice them when I'm sorting it, which then, of course, means I'm more likely to catch it when we open the second half of the case. But on the first half of the case, yeah, sometimes I overlook the minor, what I would call minor details. It's not technically probably a minor detail, but in my brain, you know, there's so much stuff floating around in there. That is Moncada to 231 with all the cards that I see every day between breaking and shipping and sorting. It all just floats around in there. Pablo Lopez, rookie card for the Marlins. Of course, lots of rated rookie and that kind of thing in here, as we discussed earlier. Nice little Diamond Kings Shohei Ohtani insert. Of course, we'll have Diamond Kings when it comes out as well, which probably not too far down the road. And what do we have here? American Pride, Collegiate National Team, USA Baseball, Zach Watson. Well, Zach, you got to go up there in housekeeping, my friend, because you're not with a team officially being a Team USA card. So we will give that out using random.org at the end of the break, along with any others that we might find for Team USA. Mike Trout, numbered to 349, Action All-Stars, who will probably be the $400 million man here in a couple years, right? I think. That's numbered to 99, Garrett Cole. So we got the hollow foil back. Why, yes. Yes, we do. That's why it's numbered to 99. Yeah, because you know he's going to command more than Bryce Harper did. I mean, he just is. I bet you anything he hits $400 million. Well, just like that, another USA Baseball. That one's Drew Parrish. We should have created a USA Baseball bidding category probably, but you never know. Sometimes you find a lot, sometimes you don't find that many. So Oh, yeah, Chris, I have this little area up here in the upper left is what I call our housekeeping area. And in our housekeeping area goes points cards, if we find them, because we give those out using random at the end. Any cards we had that maybe had multiple teams on them that we had to use random to decide that, like, doesn't have an affiliated MLB team, so random will go for that. And if we find redemptions, oh yeah, redemptions, we keep them face down up there in housekeeping until the end of the break. Cruel and unusual punishment, indeed, but yes. We leave them face down until the end, and then we flip them all over at once and go to the Panini website and put it up on camera so everyone can see the team and we verify it and everything. That one is numbered to 500, so that is our career stats. So there's career stats and season stats, I think, are the two. Each of those particular inserts are numbered to 500. So if we find either of those as we go along, that's how you can expect them to be numbered. To 249, little George Springer. And off we go. Onward and upward. Juan Soto, numbered to 999. And at that point, does it really need to be numbered? When it's to 999, is it super important that we put that number on there? You kind of would think not, but yet we're going to find a bunch like that. Well, more than likely we will. You never know for sure, but that's generally speaking what happens. That's the 261. Marquez for the Rockies. And that was box 2 of 8. Yeah, see what I tell you? More time opening packs than looking at cards. Just do the jumbo version where, you know, like Topps does. Where it's 10 packs but 50 cards a pack and all the good juicy hits and parallels and inserts numbered cards in that little nice little Tootsie Roll center of those jumbo packs. But baseball ought to be, maybe, I'm going to use that qualifier there, maybe more interesting this year for my Cincinnati Reds. I mean, one would hope. We've kind of got all these one-year rental players, and we'll see. Puig and Alex Wood and all these guys, we're going to, Matt Kemp, we'll see if anybody can actually keep us in a reasonable distance from, you know, losing 1,000,001 games like we have done for the last several seasons. So with that qualifier, I am guardedly optimistic that I might somewhat more enjoy my Cincinnati Reds this year. That's not a ringing endorsement, is it? I don't know. It's just they're so hard. It's so hard. We've been so bad for so many years. It's just difficult. Difficult indeed to watch them. But what are you going to do? I like watching a lot of different players on certain teams, but at the end of the day, the Reds are my team. To $9.99, that was Javi Baez. So I got to kind of stick with them, even in the years where you're kind of embarrassed to wear any of your Reds gear. So you try to act like you don't really watch baseball. Unless it's somebody who knows you and then they know. You can't escape it. But otherwise, just be like, oh, you know, I really follow football more on those years when the Reds are really bad. But we might be a little better this year. That is numbered to 42. So that is, of course, the salute to Jackie Robinson tribute there. And the rated rookie salute to 42, I think, is probably technically what Topps refers to that insert or that parallel as, but Anyway, that's what it is. It's a Jackie Robinson. It's to 414, Mr. Juan Soto. But I do think it's kind of funny that it seems like if Topps has something, Panini will make something really similar in regard to what they put in as their inserts and things. That's the 150th anniversary parallel, by the by. For instance, you know, Topps has had the Mother's Day and Father's Day stuff forever. So, you know, you see Panini working that in. And Topps usually has the short prints with the Jackie Robinson. And, of course, we see that the salute to 42. This 150th anniversary is numbered. I forgot to show you that on the back a second ago, but they are numbered to 150, so I just pulled it back over there to show you. Here comes Mr. Shohei Ohtani for the Angels. We are not going to see him pitching, obviously, in 2019. Compliments to Tommy John surgery, but we should see him hitting. Should be DHing, I would think. I don't know, maybe by June, May, June, something like that would be my guess. Trevor Richards to 99, Miami Marlins. So at least we're still going to get to enjoy watching them knock the cover off the ball, even if we can't see them blazing them over the plate for another year. Chris, you said you like that the breaks take a while because it gives you something to do. Yeah, I mean, I really don't mind doing longer breaks at all. But I know a lot of people do not like when they have a lot of base cards, that if I kind of like the pace to keep moving, because I use more so than... I probably go slower than some breakers do, because I think you kind of want to get a look at your cards. Generally speaking, I think a lot of people go really fast and then you don't have a good opportunity to look at your cards. I try to kind of find that middle ground. But on sets like this with lots of base cards, I know it can be long and frustrating, boring, whatever you want to call it sometimes. So that's why I don't sleeve a lot of stuff as we go. I typically kind of try to keep a reasonable pace, and ditto with why we don't always read out every number and that sort of thing, which I would do a little differently if it were a set with fewer cards. All right, Garrett Cole, I'm not going to let you fool me. Let's see if you're actually a hit. Ah, it is. Remember, we had the other one a while ago, face down, that turned out not to be a hit. But that is a little white relic for the Pittsburgh Pirates with Garrett Cole. Griffin, what's up, Griffin? You said you missed bidding tonight. You know, it's because we started early, right? I mean, we started at 9 tonight, so everything ended earlier by, you know, a half hour or so. So I'm not entirely surprised by that. This is a signature series, and it is Daniel Ponce de Leon. That is quite a lot to sign and get out, isn't it? But yeah, there you go. And it is blue, and blue ink is, I think, supposed to be to 99 or less. But where the heck is the number? Is there no number on this thing? Well, I don't see one on there. But anyway, I think the blue ink is supposed to be 99 or less, right? I think St. Louis Cardinals is our hit for that. Because I think it goes blue to 99 or less. The red is to 25 or less. The gold to 10 or less. And the green 5 or less, I believe, is the deal. There's another one for housekeeping. Another collegiate Team USA headed up there. You know, they're just trying to get us to buy that USA baseball release. They're trying to tempt us by putting those in here. It's to 249. I probably should break it, I guess, but I don't know. I don't. That is numbered to 500, Francisco Lindor. It's hard to sort stuff like that. The USA, Team USA baseball and things. Unless you just did it maybe by, I don't know, last name or something. Chris, oh, I just noticed you said a minute ago that you're an A's fan. So, yeah, you know what I'm talking about, like with my Reds. It can be a difficult road to travel, right? I mean, there are days when you just want to go, yeah, no, I don't follow them at all. Yeah, it can be very, very dreadful at times, but I say this every year, but it's got to be better than it was last year. I really think this year we might be a little better than we were last year. But then again, they'll probably trade off half of those people. Because, I mean, we've got them on essentially what are one-year rental contracts. So I'm not going to be at all surprised if by mid-season they've traded off half of them anyway. That's what they do down up there in Cincinnati. Here's Hap for the Blue Jays, who happen to be stuck to another card with a little blue relic. Finally, an interesting color on our relic. Chris, you said it keeps your season tickets cheap. I like that, man. I like that. That is an optimistic outlook, and I approve. I need to start thinking of things that way with my Reds. Franchise features, that is Jacob deGrom, once again, really high numbered to 999. Oh, but wait. What the what? We got two different things happening here. Because we've got a little coming attraction on the back, and that's for the Diamondbacks. So, haha, the plot thickens. That now goes into housekeeping. Right, because we've got one team on the front and a totally different team on the back. That is numbered to 224, Jacob deGrom. So we'll be divvying that and any others that we find like it, divvied up at the end of the break, with our dear friend Random assisting to make that happen. All right, now you American Pride, you guys are getting to be a lot now. There's another one up there, that one high numbered as well, but 349 it was. This is numbered to, does it say 500? Yes, it does. Minnesota Twins, Minnesota, eh? Career stats, that is. So, yeah, I guess we'll figure out here shortly what's going to happen. I just want him to get Nick Senzel. Senzel. I always say Senzel. I think it's really supposed to be Senzel. But anyway, get the guy a job, man. He should have been called up last year. But then he got busted up down there tolling away in the minors and had to have some surgery, and boom, that did that in. And then, of course, you know, I mean, hey, we keep drafting infielders. We only have about 700,000 in the farm system. And we're pretty well set with our infield lineup already. But hey, let's keep drafting them. That's what we keep doing. And then we're just leaving him stuck down there. Now, lately, they're trying to move him to center field. That's their new thing. Let's move him to center field. It's like, man, I don't care where you move him. Just call the kid up. I'm ready to see the kid play. So we hope that that will be the case. Hi, Brandon. I have not seen any Astros hits that I specifically recall. Brandon, I'm sure you know we have got a zillion numbered cards in here. So when I say and inserts and parallels and that sort of thing. So when I say not that I recall, I'm thinking of autographs and relics. So I will be thinking it out that way. I don't recall any coming that way. But of course, you know I'm going to recap it, right? I mean, at the end of the break, we'll recap all the autographs and relics. And if we find low-numbered cards or something, we would recap those as well. Didi Gregorius, so weird being a Diamondback. I just can't get used to that. Didi Gregorius, I always, you know, I want to say Yankees. It's not Yankees anymore. It's Arizona Diamondbacks. Oh, we have a printing plate. Little 1 of 1 coming up. And it is J.D. Martinez. I'm guessing everyone knows these printing plates are actually used in the printing process. Henceforth, like this, they've got all kinds of red ink, crappy weird stuff there across the top of this one. And, you know, some scratches, surface wear, marks, things like that on the back. And that is to be expected because of the fact that it is actually used in the printing process. So the Boston Red Sox continue paying dividends on that unpaid team that Lisanne's kindly picked up in chat because it was unpaid at the time the break started. He starts off hitting a Roger Clemens autograph to 49. Now he's got a one of our printing plates. So it turned out to be a pretty nice little deal there. Mike Trout on a nicknames insert, numbered to 149, and that's just a cool looking card. You know, I mean, I like that. It's a nice looking insert. So, oh, you're telling me that Didi Gregorius is a throwback card? Why would they have him in here as a throwback card? I just was thinking they must have traded him because, like, you know, why would they still have his uniforms from way back when? I only think of Didi Gregorius as a Yankee. But he did, you know, that clearly was a Diamondbacks card. So I thought that it was, you know, that he got traded and I missed it or something. So it's a throwback then. Well, there you go. Now we know. There's another franchise features. And once again, we'll set this off to the side there. Deal with all those franchise features at the end of the game. So, all right, well, good. Then I'm glad Didi Gregorius is still a Yankee because I really couldn't understand why he would have gotten traded. So, I didn't really ever remember him being a Diamondback. Honestly, did not. So, Alex Bregman is numbered 258. So I honestly thought he got traded. Maybe I wasn't paying attention. It's like, sometimes those things happen in the off season, and I somehow miss them or forget about them. But at least I haven't completely lost my mind then. But wonder why they have a relic on a throwback like that. That's just, did they suddenly just find a bunch of uniforms for these guys? You know, warehouse somewhere and said, oh, hey, let's cut them up and do some throwback cards. Get rid of this uniform. Christian Yelich, Milwaukee Brewers. We got ourselves a little pinstripe at least. They do some weird things sometimes, don't they? I think that's odd that you would go back and do that with Gregorius. There's another American Pride. Quite a little stack of those going at this moment. Oh, Brandon, I didn't even pay attention to who was on that franchise futures card. I saw Verlander on the front. Who was on the back? Oh, did I leave it back up? Oh, Forrest Whitley. Well, yeah. So technically yours wouldn't have to go up there in housekeeping since it's the same team front and back, but it's easier for me usually if I just put them all up there so I don't miss any of them going through. I mean, I would find them when I was sorting, obviously, but, you know, I like to recap them and show them and all that sort of stuff when we're doing the random for them. So, I'm in the habit of setting them up top when I pull them. All right, who have we here? Numbered to 254. For the Oakland A's. But, you know, we've got several guys, really, that should have been called up. I'm not talking Reds. I'm talking in general. That's to 490, Lorenzo Cain. You know, and they hold these guys back, messing around with their service time. I really don't like that. I mean, they started that stuff back with Chris Bryant. Well, probably even before that, but that's just the one that comes to mind when they hold them down for those extra couple of weeks after the season starts. It's always something stupid, too, like, oh, they need to mature or something. It's like, everybody can see through that, man. It's the 349 Trout for the Angels. It's because you want to have an extra year of team control is why you guys leave them down there. But like Vlad Guerrero Jr., there is absolutely no reason that I could possibly think of that they could come up with that would convince me that Vlad Guerrero Jr. doesn't need to be an opening day starter for the Toronto Blue Jays. But you know they're going to come up and say something about why isn't. Number to 25, the Mother's Day parallel for the Minnesota Twins. So that's the, that's the thing. They just do stuff like that I guarantee you the next time they have a CBA, some of that will be addressed too. Oh, Yelich is in here as a Marlin and a Brewer. Well, I didn't even pay attention when we pulled the other Yelich. What was he? He was a Brewer there, which is what I would expect to see him. But you're saying he's in there as a Marlin as well, so some throwback on that. Oh, for sure, Griffin, for sure. They're going to manipulate the service time with Vlad, same as they are. I mean, all these rookies that are really good, that's what they do. And it's just a matter of holding them back for, a couple extra weeks. And then they have a whole extra year of team-friendly contract with low rates. And that's just a bunch of hogwash, The guys know that that's being done as well. It's not like the players are stupid and don't know what's happening. And at some point, I guarantee you, they're going to get that money back one way or another. Whether it's in a giant contract when they hit arbitration or free agency, or somewhere along the way, I think they're going to come back in the CBA next time that gets negotiated and get rid of that. Get rid of that loophole, I would imagine, to $9.99. But we all know they do it, so that's why Vlad's probably not going to be a day one starter, but he should be. That's also the numbered to 99 hollow foil back. Beltre is in here as a Dodger. What in the world are they doing in this product? Why are they putting everybody and all these throwback teams? What is the deal with that? When they're still active players, why are they putting them all over the map, I wonder what the reasoning was. That's numbered to 74, Encarnacion, and it is a season stats, but numbered lower than our other season stats, which have primarily been to 500. That one is numbered to 74. So there you go. I guess it's 500 or less then, not a straight up absolute 500. Harrison Bader, St. Louis Cardinals relic. Yeah, so I don't know why Panini makes some of the choices that they make. But I will freely admit, though, I like Donruss baseball. I do. Oh, there's a little Tukey. And I like Diamond Kings. I probably break more Diamond Kings than some people do because I like breaking Diamond Kings. I know it's a lot of old school players in there mixed in with our current guys, but a lot of breakers don't like it, but I do. I think Diamond Kings is fun. How about some Christian Stewart coming out for the Tigers Signature Series? That is also blue. So again, by my understanding, the Signature Series with blue ink are 99 or fewer. If we were to find red, 25 or fewer, gold, 10 or fewer, green, 5 or fewer is my understanding. So we're getting there. We're making progress, cutting the path. Actually, we're exactly halfway right now. We've opened 4 and we have 4 left to go. So and I guess we, for the most part, have been on about the average you guys thought that it would be based on the breaks that you saw yesterday and earlier today. We seem to be falling about 1 auto and 2 relics per box. Greg, you pulled a 2018 Diamond Kings Jumbo Material Auto Relic to 25. Oh, nice. Of Mariano Rivera. Very nice, man. Very, very nice. See, that's why you gotta love Diamond Kings. I mean, Panini typically will have really good hits in their baseball. And they often have an ability to, I would say, include more, maybe, the hot younger guys than maybe Topps does, simply because the number of baseball products that Panini produces, of course, far fewer than the number of baseball products produced by Topps. So, therefore, what you'd call the hot player autographs or the more desirable things, I think often are easier to pull out of Donruss stuff, Panini stuff, than they are out of Topps. Not always, but often. And they often, I find, have the younger players in their products sooner. You'll find them worked into Donruss and Panini, which is the same company, faster than you will find them at Topps. So that's been my overall experience. Texas Rangers with a relic for Leody. Greg, you like Panini more than you like Topps. Yeah, I mean, definitely there are some people that prefer very strongly one over the other. I like a lot of products that Topps does, and I think they do a really nice job with their products. But there's definitely things that I think Panini does a little better. Like, as I said, easier to pull, some of them, showing up sooner, that type thing. There's another salute to Jackie Robinson, numbered to 42. Jeremy Jeffress there for the Milwaukee Brewers. And I really like Chronicles. Now, the first year that they did Chronicles baseball, which was 17? Yeah, 17. It was good, but needed to be improved a little. Last year, that's to 365, Charlie Blackmon. Last year, they made those improvements, and I really liked Chronicles baseball a lot last year. So I would imagine, ooh, this is a nice hit, that they will tweak that a little bit more even for 2019. I would assume they're going to bring it back. The Atlanta Braves with Tukey Signature Series. Very nice if you've got the Braves. I think, anyway. Yadier Molina, some type of something. Let's see what he is. He's Mother's Day to 25. And it is St. Louis Cardinals. Well, the nice thing about it, Greg, I think, is that they do a good job with their card design and their photographs as a whole. So a lot of times you don't even really think about the fact that you're not seeing, the logo slapped around everywhere. You kind of have to stop and think about it. So I don't find that to be distracting either, honestly. Yelich and the Brewers. I think that's our second Yelich relic, I believe. Yeah, the only thing I wish they would do differently is what I said earlier. It's just a lot. 16 boxes with this many cards per box is a lot. And when you ship all the cards, you just can't really conceivably do full case breaks. You got to do them by halves. And I prefer to break by the whole case when possible. It's to 429 for the Orioles. So that's my main thing. I just wish they would either do fewer boxes per case or maybe do them, in a jumbo style format. To 999, we've got another little franchise features and two different players on that one. See, I paid attention that time. Rizzo and McKay. Of course, I like the Leaf stuff too. As you guys know, I break tons of the Leaf stuff. And we have got Valiant due to release Tuesday. I know, right? Weird. A new release on a Tuesday. but that's because they kept moving the date. I finally have landed on it being this upcoming Tuesday. And the order form for Trinity went out, I guess sometime, not yesterday, but day before, and I somehow didn't see it until today. So I'll be able to still get some from my distributor, but my Leaf Direct, I mean, they sell it out in a matter of a couple of hours on Leaf Direct, and I usually like to pick up a little bit there and then the rest through the distributors. And Brian already messaged me back and was like, nope, you're too late. I'm like, ah. Trinity's probably my favorite Leaf Baseball release of the year, because Trinity has those, what traditionally has absolutely fantastic relics. But Valiant's pretty cool too, because you get the graded card. I mean, you know, Leaf does a good job with their stuff. And their checklist is always spot on. The other part I like. Harrison Bader again for the St. Louis Cardinals. So we got double Harrison Bader relics and double Yelich relics, I do believe. I see a blue coming. That should be Father's Day coming upon us. And Father's Day is numbered to 49. So Mother's Day to 25, Father's Day to 49. And of course that's Peralta and the D-backs. Little Arizona action. Well, Chris, some of the Leaf stuff does have pretty good resale value. It depends on, obviously, like anything else, which player it is and how much of the product they made. Now, because, you know, you can pull the autographs out of there more readily even than you can out of other places. So they have been recently cutting production back on some of their stuff, which I think helps their resale value. Not that they make a ton of it to begin with, but just because you can pull autographs. For instance, we opened, I don't know, maybe 5 cases or so. Another nickname, that one's Aaron Judge and the Yankees. 5 or 6 cases of, was it Flash Baseball or the one before that? Anyway, one of them, we pulled an Ohtani autograph out of every single case. I think it was the one before Flash. And then out of Flash, you know, they cut it back a little bit, and we maybe pulled him every second or third case or something like that. So I think if they do some things of that nature, because like anything else, supply and demand, you've got to kind of mix it up a little. So I think they're on the right track. And cutting some overall production probably helps too. It's to 150, the 150th anniversary, Minnesota Twins. Hi, Mickey. What's happening with you tonight, Mickey? How are things in your part of the world this evening? Another numbered Andujar on that one. Career stats to 500. And on we go. And there's another nickname. This Mike Trout again. We saw him come through there once. We got him again for nickname insert. But I'm definitely ready. I'm ready for opening day. It's still too cold outside, so I wouldn't be ready in the sense that, like, I wouldn't want to go out there and sit and watch it. But I'm ready to see baseball back in action. This Acuna is numbered to 25 with an Action All-Stars, but the low number on it helps things out if you have the Atlanta Braves. And also I'm ready for NBA basketball to be over. I'm not ready for college basketball to be over. I'm anxiously awaiting March Madness. I love college basketball tournament time. But I'm just over the NBA this year. I'm tired of reading about all the NBA stuff. They were just a constant news cycle. I'm ready for them to go away. Say goodbye to them. Let's get back into the draft for NFL and get opening day here for baseball, and yeah, move like that. That is my story, and I'm sticking to it. I haven't watched really much of the AAF football. I followed a little of the highlights and things, but I always forget when the games are on, because I'm not used to obviously watching football this time of year, so I forget that the games are on. But I think I saw something where they've cut some kind of a deal really recently, maybe yesterday or today, day before, with the NFL, something about maybe loaning some players out or something. I don't know. You know, their goal is to be a little bit of a farm system type scenario for the NFL. And they have some former NFL guys in there and some guys that have never gotten drafted and etc. So, I don't know. Apparently, their NFL is interested in some of the guys they've got, and they're trying to work out some kind of a deal. Peralta, Arizona Diamondbacks. So we'll see how all that shakes out, I guess. Max Muncy. Do you think he's going to continue on pace this year? Numbered to 10, no less. That is an artist proof for the Dodgers. But I guess everybody saw, I know we're breaking baseball, but, you know, we've been talking about several different kinds of sports-related things, that Johnny Manziel got kicked out, what was this, a couple days ago by now, the Canadian Football League. So how do you get kicked out of the CFL, brother? I mean, come on. That's numbered to 108, and that's a season stats for the A's. Yeah, I mean, how are you kicked out of the CFL? And then it's like the same weekend his wife gets caught cheating in a marathon, on a marathon run or something. That one was to 500. Also a season stats. Or maybe it was his girlfriend. I don't even know if it was girlfriend or wife, but whatever. His female companion. Mike Trout on one side, Joe Adell on the other. So both are Angels, but you know the deal. I'm putting them up there in housekeeping regardless. So I keep all those types of cards together in one happy little place, so they can spend time together and bond. Whoa, my Origin's trying to fly away. Stay up there. Numbered to 49, a Father's Day parallel, Josh James and the Astros. So, poor Johnny Manziel. I think he might be done. I mean, once you're kicked out of the CFL and you were already kicked out of the NFL, I just don't think you're coming back, man. But stranger things have happened. So I guess you never know. But I think we should have some good call-ups probably as soon as we get past that length of service time mark. I think we'll have some fun young guys coming up this year that we've been waiting to see for a while. Chief among them, Guerrero. Cole Hamels, Texas Rangers. I mean, I'm even excited to see that kid play, and I don't typically really follow the Blue Jays all that much. But I will be. Clint Frazier autograph. How about that for the Yankees? Is that guy over his concussion? What's his status? Anybody know? You know, last year he got a concussion in spring training, and it messed him up big time. And he didn't really play all that much last year, honestly. And when he did, he didn't play that well. And I'm assuming it's maybe better now, but I haven't heard. So I don't know what his current sitch is. An American Pride, that one's lower numbered at least. It's to 99, but it's also got to go up there in our housekeeping pile of USA baseball cards. Hanging out, waiting. And another one. That one's also slightly different. 249 with blue on it. Oh my gosh, it's like a whole run of those. That's our typical $9.99 one. And I saw that, why am I just drew a blank on his name, and I know his name. Good grief. Tom Seaver. Did you guys see that he's been, I guess, diagnosed with dementia? I didn't get a chance to read into the article. I just saw the headline go by, so I don't know the details, but I thought that was unfortunate. I mean, I have no idea how advanced it is or anything like that, but never good news when you hear that. I always liked Tom Seaver. And, he's not a Marlin anymore, but he was a Marlin here. A little Real Muto. And that is a Diamond King hollow foil. So a parallel doesn't necessarily appear to be numbered, but, oh, it is numbered. I just missed it. To 500. So still kind of high, but. Mickey's like, you're going to have a ton of those Team USA cards. I know, man. It's crazy, isn't it? 150th anniversary, Xander Bogaerts, numbered to 150. Another one for the Red Sox. So the mojo is flowing tonight for the Boston Red Sox, which we probably should have figured when we saw Roger Clemens' very first autograph out. Greg, they're starting Clint Frazier in the minors this year. Okay, well, at least he's back in the lineup, assuming over his concussion, I would assume by now. But yeah, you would think he would have to be kind of rusty. He didn't really play very little last year after the spring training accident. To $9.99, Chris Bryant, Cubbies. I bet it's hard for him, though. I bet it's killing him ego-wise. I mean, that would just be... I would hate that if I were in that position. I think anybody would. Tampa Bay Rays, Blake Snell. All right, we have 6 down, 2 to go. I'm going to be interested to see what happens with San Diego. I mean, I really don't think... I mean, yes, obviously, Manny Machado upgrades them, but I don't think just adding him gets them over the hump this year. I mean, they've got an excellent farm system, but some of their guys will come up this year, obviously, but clearly not all of them. I think they're still probably a couple years away from being really good, but on paper, yeah, they kind of look the part right now. He said you're glad you picked up the Red Sox because it's saving your day. For real, man. I mean, you've had some really nice hits for the Red Sox. Sometimes it works out that way. These teams that people don't pay for, and you guys pick them up after the fact in chat. Sometimes they really deliver well. Not always, of course. No way to guarantee it or know it for sure, but oftentimes it seems like it does bode well for the team that was picked up. That is numbered to 65, Tyler O'Neill. This one is another career stats. It's to 500, Severino. And what about Sonny Gray, man? Sonny Gray is just skewering the Yankees. Like, what the heck? I mean, he kind of just made his little veiled comments or whatever originally, and now he's just absolutely just letting loose, just word vomit, if you will, about the Yankees. I was like, whew, all right, brother. Maybe you better dial it down a notch. Now that you're over here in Cincinnati, let's calm down. It's Kyle Wright, Atlanta Braves. Who, you said he will be starting there soon. Which are we talking about? Who are we talking about? Are you talking about Clint Frazier or somebody else? You know, there's a delay, okay, first of all, from when you guys type something into chat until it pops up on my side. But secondly, also, I don't always look over there right away. So sometimes you're typing something like that makes perfect sense if I could line it up with what part of the conversation we were discussing. Andrew McCutchen and the Pittsburgh Pirates. But sometimes, seeing as that I'm multitasking and all, I miss the connection and you have to help my poor feeble brain out. As I'm talking about like somebody else having, you know, brain issues, and I'm the one having the issue at the moment, it would seem. So you might have to connect the dots for me, Greg, is my point. Whit Merrifield, Kansas City Royals. I felt like something was stuck to the back of that. That's nothing unusual about the back either, but it felt like there was. So we have pretty good amount of Donruss baseball. We'll probably be doing 6 breaks of it all together. Of course, there's still a lot of Heritage as well that needs to be broken, so we got to mix that in along the way. So we'll be breaking both Heritage and Donruss baseball probably quite a bit over the course of the next few weeks. Because I mix things in and out. I mean, I'm not one of these that's going to break Donruss every night in a row for 5 nights until it's gone or whatever. That's just not me. Do it, we'll take a couple days off, and we'll do it again, and mix in other stuff in between. And hopefully most nights, or at least most weeks, I should say, have something that everybody's interested in on one of the nights. That's the idea, anyway. Alrighty, let's see what we've got here. Chicago, number 2, 202. Some kind of season stat kind of deal. $150th anniversary, Miguel Cabrera, the 150. Yeah, everybody's complaining about how much is left on his contract right now. It's a lot. And he was injured a bunch last season too, so I think everybody's kind of grumbling about, oh, how much money's left on Miggy's contract. Well, should have thought of that when you signed him. You know, all these teams that make 10 and now 13-year deals and all that. You know, think that stuff through, kids. They're not going to always be the same level of production they are at the time you signed them. And once that fall off hits. Well, too bad. You still have to pay them. Dominators, Jose Ramirez for the Cleveland Indians. That's cool insert too. I like it. And that is numbered to what? 999. Oakland A's again. And another salute to Jackie Robinson. This one is numbered, of course, to 42, as are they all on the salute to Jackie Robinson. Both of our little blank dummy cards there. We just happened to hit them together simultaneously. Francisco Lindor again to 349 on that one. Whoa, now, hold on here. Who's trying to slide away from us? Simmons it was. Numbered to 149. James Paxton. Mariners. Commemorating his no-hitter, that was. Here's Shohei Ohtani, numbered to 500, with a little career stats info there. Ooh, I should have had a Red Bull before I started the break tonight. I am so tired. I apologize, guys. I am really tired. I did not at all get my regular amount of sleep. But sometimes that happens, you know. You got to shuttle the family around. It happens. Numbered to 99, hollow foil back. Bryce Harper, Nationals. But it is really starting to catch up with me along about now. So I am wishing I had that Red Bull sitting next to me. But sadly, I do not. And we have another franchise features, Francisco Lindor and Fernando Tatis Jr. Two different teams on that, Indians, Padres. Last box. So you know what that means. Last box mojo time. We got to try to pull out the big, fiery, heavy hitter hit out of here. Sometimes it works. Sometimes not. But we always try to call forth the last box mojo. Nikki says hang in there. There's only one box left. Oh, I know. Oh, I do lots of stuff after the break is over, though. It's not nearly done for me. When the live feed is finished, I'm just getting started. So I got all kinds of fun stuff to get in top loaders and stuff to sleeve. And I do kind of a... It's not a full-on sort the night of, but a little quick sort of like the numbered stuff and the hits and whatnot. I won't get into all the base tonight, but all that kind of stuff. Get the video uploaded and all that. So I'm usually, depending on any given night, it can be anywhere from 30 minutes to hour and a half more after the live feed's done, that I'm still doing my post-break stuff. So that's why I'm just sitting there thinking, yeah, that Red Bull would have been good. I should have had the Red Bull before we started the break, and then it would have worn off by the time I did all my post-break stuff, and I could have just, boom, been right in bed. But yeah, I'm all right. I'm just not as peppy as normal. I got like maybe 4 hours sleep or something, so a little bit less than I would have preferred. But that's all right. Got to step it up sometimes. This is numbered to 150. It's our anniversary again. St. Louis Cardinals on that one. Oh, and it's also his nickname. So kind of a double variation, if you will. Nickname variation and anniversary variation. Another collegiate Team USA. Hanging out up there in the corner. Another Mike Trout. Shohei. Chris Bryant to 500. Rhys Hoskins to 87. That's an odd number. Season stats, but you know, most of those season and career stats have been to 500 or thereabouts. I mean, we've had a few that are lower than to 500, I guess, but I don't know. Whatever. Rhys Hoskins is to 87. So. And that one was to 349. One Nolan Arenado, Colorado Rockies. Minnesota Twins, Jose Berrios, with the hollow foil version of a Diamond Kings insert. I always think it's interesting that they put Diamond King inserts in Donruss when Diamond Kings is also its freestanding product. Do you think that's kind of weird? Like, I think it's a little weird. I don't mind it because I like Diamond Kings, which I mentioned earlier, but I do think it's odd, slightly. Oh, Greg, you're saying that the stat is going to be tied to the stat in the corner? Really? Every one of them? I had not noticed that. Well, there you go. That's good information. Thank you, Greg. I might have eventually figured that out when I was sorting it, but you never know. I never know. I might not have ever noticed it, that they were tied together. I might have, and I might not have. One would hope at some point I would have noticed it. Usually after I've sorted usually a case, which would be this break and one more, I've looked at them enough that I have a pretty good wrap on what's going on with it on any given product, but tell you what, they throw so many products out these days. Hard to keep it all straight sometimes. Kansas City Royals, Eric Hosmer. And I believe I see our relic. It's sitting on the top of the other pile, so I'll grab it next. Oh, there's Gleyber Torres for the Yankees. Oh, we got a pinstripe. You know how I love to get my pinstripes. Just classes up the joint, doesn't it? I think it does. I think a relic with a pinstripe is far better than just the plain relic with no pinstripe. All right, so let's grab our other one up here, which is for the Texas Rangers with a little Guzman. Ooh. Well, oh, no, that's part of the card. There for a minute, I thought that color on the bottom was part of the relic. When I first glanced at it, I was like, ooh, that's a good relic. All right, so not as much. I told you I was tired, man. You got to give me a little slack. I just looked at it, bro. Signature Series for the San Francisco Giants, Chris Shaw. And that is our, I believe our final hit out of this last box was that. We've had our two relics, and that was our autograph. Oh, but of course we still have inserts, but in terms of the other. That's Yelich to 9.99, Brewers. So as we're getting close to being wrapped up here, that's to 349, Victor Robles. What will happen next? We're going to obviously look at the last of our cards. And I've got those two packs in the back yet to open. And a Father's Day to 49, Garrett Cole, Astros. So we will recap. But before we recap, we're going to give away those Team USA cards, and we're going to figure out how the franchise futures cards are going to be distributed as well. Then we'll recap some of our lower numbered hits, all of our autographs, and all of our relics. An American Pride to 249. A tribute to Jackie Robinson to 42, Willy Adames. Tampa Bay Rays. All right, so that's what we've got on tap. I'm going to get our recap piles kind of up here waiting for us, but there is our housekeeping that's got to be taken care of first. So I think we'll do these, we'll do our collegiate Team USA American Pride insert cards first. I'll flip through them, show you everything that's in this stack, and then I'm going to put them in this little bag so I can write on that little bag in a minute. So the blue are to 249. Their standard silver, of course, are to $9.99. The gold are to $99. These are the cards that are in play. These are all labeled as Team USA. So what's going to happen is I'm going to use random.org, and that whole little stack of cards is going to be awarded to one team. I'm going to bring you along with me as I do it so you can watch the process unfold here. Let me get our spreadsheet on the page that I need to have it on. It's pretty easy. We're simply going to go down, highlight, copy all of the team names from our spreadsheet. Then we will roll ourselves over here to random.org, and we're going to paste them in here. And here's the way I do random, guys. When I have 9 or fewer items in a list, I randomize 3 times, and the third random makes the determination. When I have 10 or more, which obviously we do here, we have 30 teams, I just do random 1 single time. Whoever comes up in the number 1 position after I randomize will get that stack of cards. Scrolled through there so everybody was able to see that all the teams were there. And it is headed to the Angels. The Los Angeles Angels are walking away with this little stack of American Pride insert cards. So now they are in a bag. Of course, I think everyone knows I would not be writing on the back of an actual card. You can see that those are in their handy little bag. Now we've got franchise futures. They've got, most of these have 2 different teams on them. There are a couple that have same team front and back, but there's no need to take them out because obviously no matter how it lands, you're going to hit it if it's the same team on the front and the back. This makes it easier for me to make sure I have them all sorted properly. So this is going to be the back of the card, the one that has the Players Association logo and the Panini logo. And the front side of the card are shiny little hollow foil part. Now the reason I'm telling you that is pretty simple, because what we're going to do here in random is type in front and back. Yeah, you got it. And then I will hit random 3 different times. Once again, the first 2 do not count. It will be the third and final random that will make the determination about where that little group of cards is going to go. So we're going to head back over here to random and get that part done. Okay, so once again, oh, I meant to type front and back, and I type left and right. What is wrong with me? Tired, I told you, I'm sorry. Like, let's try that again. Front and back might work a little better, mightn't it? All right, ignore the first one. You can ignore the second one. Here comes our third and final. 3 times, our date and time stamp, it comes up to the back. So the team on the back of the card. I'm going to put the first one of these in a sleeve. That's so I can circle on it, write on it, whatever you want to call it, so that I know when I sort these in a little bit without having to go back and look that it goes to the back. This particular case, both of these players were Angels, so it really did not matter. But nonetheless, this card will go to the Angels. This was Cubs and Brendan McKay for the Rays. It's going to go, obviously, to the Brendan McKay spot there on the back. Here we had Verlander on the front, Forrest Whitley on the back. They're both Astros, but goes to the Forrest Whitley spot. Jacob deGrom for the Mets, Duplantier for the Diamondbacks, goes to the D-backs. Lindor for the Indians and Tatis for the Padres goes to the Fernando Tatis Padres spot. So that's how those little multi-team cards are awarded. Now we'll take a look at some of our lower numbered inserts. Now there's plenty of other numbered stuff. This is just the stuff that I happen to set aside to recap. So all these with the little 42 around them, each of them are numbered to 42. It's a salute to Jackie Robinson. All of our Father's Days with the blue border and the ribbon are to 49. The 150th anniversaries, those are to 150. So that was to 42. That's to 150, to 150, to 42. This one is numbered to 10 with Max Muncy. It's an artist proof for the Dodgers. And this is numbered to 25 with a little Acuna Action All-Stars. 150 to 49. Our Mother's Day, which are pink with the little ribbon, those are numbered to 25. So that's to 42 to 25. This, I'm not really sure why I stacked this in there. It's numbered to 58, and I meant to stack it in a different pile, but nonetheless, I stacked it there, so you got to see it in recap. That's to 150. David Fletcher is rated rookie, and Jackie Robinson salute numbered to 42. And then there's an Eric Hosmer for the Padres numbered to 25. So that's the lower numbered stuff, or the relatively low numbered stuff that does not have an autograph or a relic attached to it. Now, we're recapping autographs and relics. So we have Guzman for the Rangers, Gleyber Torres, Yankees. There's Eric Hosmer as a Royal with Merrifield, Royals. Andrew McCutchen was a Pirate on that card. And Kyle Wright on the Signature Series for the Atlanta Braves. Blake Snell, Tampa Bay Rays. Clint Frazier for the Yankees. Cole Hamels, Rangers. Harrison Bader, Cardinals. Another Yelich for the Brewers. We've got another stack of hits here to take a look at. A Signature Series Chris Shaw for the Giants. Signature Series Tukey for the Braves. A relic for the Rangers. Signature Series Christian Stewart, Detroit Tigers. There's your other Harrison Bader relic. Here's your other Christian Yelich relic. Our 1-of-1 printing plate. Yeah, I know. It's got red ink across the top. It's got all kinds of stuff going on with it. That's part of its charms. Boston Red Sox, 1-of-1 J.D. Martinez. And Didi Gregorius is an Arizona Diamondback, which is still just messing with my head. But anyway, that's what it was and is. That's Hap for the Blue Jays. Next up is Ponce de Leon for the Cardinals. Garrett Cole, Pirates. Shohei Ohtani, Angels. The A's with A.J. Puck. And here is Mike Mussina. That is numbered to 10. And that is pretty cool in my book. I like that hit for Baltimore. So hopefully if you got the Orioles, you like it too. Joey Votto and the Cincinnati Reds. The Rockies, Trevor Story. We got it kicked off tonight with Roger Clemens, which is just so nice. That is numbered to 49 for the Boston Red Sox. And a little pinstripe relic here for Francisco Morales. I guess is actually the very first thing we saw tonight for the Philadelphia Phillies. All right, so that is our break for tonight. That's our recap for tonight. I will put up the information here regarding shipping one more time, as well as the breaks that are coming up in the days ahead for anybody who might have missed that earlier. If you're interested in it, whatever the case may be, it's coming at you right now. So the jersey that we opened up first tonight will be on the way to you no later than Thursday a week from today. Most of the time it goes sooner, but free shipping stuff always projected a week out after the fact. If you got skunked in that break and you would like your consolation card sent right away, you only need to send me a message on eBay and let me know, and I will gladly do that. Otherwise, the typical way that's handled on free shipping breaks is those consolation cards are simply held until the next time you have a package shipping, and then any that you're due would be gathered up and sent out all at once. Our paid shipping break tonight, the Donruss Baseball that we just finished up here, that I hope will be on the way to you sooner, but should be no later than Monday the 11th. Of course, if I can get it out to you sooner than that, I absolutely will, but I'm projecting out Monday, so I don't disappoint you, because I know for sure I can get it out by Monday, and I just hope that I can get it sooner. And of course, no one has to worry about consolation cards from Donruss Baseball because, why? There's like 1,600 cards. You got it. Every team pulled cards in here and all the cards ship. So our breaks that are coming up on eBay tomorrow night, an Onyx autographed baseball inner case. 3 autographed baseballs will be in that. Encased football releases tomorrow, so we'll be busting through a case of that. And select basketball full case break number 2, all on tap for tomorrow night, Friday night. Saturday, we'll do a Gold Rush autographed basketball jersey and a half case of Heritage Baseball, which will be the start of a new case for those of you who care about that sort of thing. On Sunday night, Leaf autographed full-size football helmet, Leaf Best Basketball, full case. Both of those Leaf items, the last I have on hand at the moment, unless I can find more somewhere. Contenders Optic Football, we will break a full 20-box master case. Monday night, Encased Football and the back half of our Donruss Baseball. Yep, the half that we didn't break tonight of this case, we'll break it on Monday night. Tuesday is the release for Leaf Valiant Baseball. We will break a case of it on Tuesday night along with a third case of Select Basketball as well. All right, kids, that is everything that we need to know, all the news to use for this. Let me check chat here one more time. And yes, of course, I'm going to send the base cards on that, Lasands. This is a break, and Brad's asking the same thing. Yes, guys, as I mentioned, all the cards are shipping out of this particular break. So I say this all the time. Always read the description, because sometimes I will do breaks where base cards do not ship or where veteran base doesn't ship or something like that. If that is the case, it's always going to tell you that in the description. So in the absence of it saying, you know, such and such doesn't ship or such and such has its own bidding category, if it doesn't say something like that, then yes, everything is going to ship. But I tell you guys, always, always, always check the listing description. It will tell you if there's something not headed your way. But in this case, yes, sadly, I will be sorting all 16 or 1,700 of these cards, which is why I say it may not show up to be going out the door until Monday, because it's kind of a big project. But anyway, that has got us wrapped up for tonight. Of course, I will be back at it again tomorrow night, so hopefully we will see one or most or many or some of you again. So if nothing else, you're always welcome to come chat with me. I like having the company. So enjoy the rest of your evening. I hope you have a great start to your weekend tomorrow, and we'll see you the next time. Bye now.